Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Nebo TV. My name is Nicolas Obasekis, broadcasting from Toronto, Canada. And today we are here to discuss about Edo State politics. And I have a special guest today, all the way from the United States, Dr. Felix Nicolas, the third place winner of the 2019 presidential election in Nigeria. Dr. Felix Nicolas, you are welcome to Nebo TV.
Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
So how is everything in the United States?
Yeah, very well. Thank God we're staying safe. And I hope everyone out there, you all are staying safe, washing your hands, putting on your mask. It's important we follow the rules and the guidance of the governments on how to be safe.
Okay. So you are here today to pledge your support for Governor Obaseki. So what is your motivation?
Oh, yeah. As you all know, I'm from Edo State. I'm from Ewohimi, it's the southeast Edo State of Nigeria. So the well-being of Edo State and whatever happens there is my primary concern. And I've been following very closely what has been going on in Edo State and all the issues. I've asked a series of questions. I've even spoken to one or two senators who are close to them to really find out what the issue was. I began to gather just a few. And one of my main reasons of supporting Governor Gordon Obaseki is the fact that he is very bold and courageous. The fact that he could stand against this presumed godfather who is assuming himself to be the godfather of Edo State. And so far, he's doing very well. When I heard he went to PDP, I sent him a personal text congratulating him and encouraging him that he's taking a very bold step. We have to be able to stand to fight when it's necessary, and that's exactly what he's doing. And to young politicians and young people like us who are aspiring to political office in Nigeria, seeing what he's doing is very encouraging.
Yes, very, very encouraging. That's what many people are saying. Even those who are not Edo citizens, I've seen so many of them even approaching me. I featured a man on this show a few weeks ago who came to also pledge his support for Governor Obaseki, even though he's not from Edo State. Okay, he is from Akwa Ibom State, but he said he's supporting Governor Obaseki because the non-Edo citizens that are supporting him right now are saying the same thing, that Governor Obaseki winning the second term in Edo State will shape democracy in Nigeria as a whole. Okay, you as a citizen of Edo State, okay, what is your motivation right now? Is it because he declared to PDP? Because I know that you supported PDP in the past election. Is it because of that you are supporting him, or just because of his policy and his boldness in the state?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now, I'm not supporting him because of PDP. I'm not a member of APC, neither am I a member of PDP. Usually, anytime we want to endorse or support anybody, we look at the person's manifesto and we look at the person's credential, the things he has done before, the work he has done. So if Governor Obaseki was in APC, I would have supported him there in APC. So it's not about where the political party. No, we are not attached to any political party. I'm not a member of APC, neither am I a member of PDP. Now, Obaseki has been working. He has been doing a lot of great stuff in Edo State. You and I know 4 years is not enough to turn Edo State to Little London, but there are roads he has constructed. These policies and the things that he's been doing is enough for me to support him. Now, there are several reasons, not just because of his boldness, but because of what he has been doing. On the other hand, if you look at the other candidates, even if I don't support Governor Obaseki, I can support Izeyam. Somebody was saying to me, oh, you are a pastor. He is also a pastor. That's not what counts. That's not what we look at. If we want to consider what Oshomole said about him, that's enough not to even vote for anybody. So let's assume Governor Obaseki was not doing any good well. He was not doing good. There's no trace of his record of the good things he has done. I wouldn't even vote for the other candidate. But for him, he's doing a great job, and for his boldness alone, I commend him. I'm telling you, I commend his boldness. He's standing against godfatherism in Nigeria, and that is going to send a message across. Like I said, for people like us who's coming up, who these godfathers want to crush, especially when you don't dance to their music. What he's doing is going to send a message across that
Yeah.
actually, like they say, Edo State is not Lagos, because what happened in Lagos was appalling,
Yeah.
was mind blowing. The fact that they wanted to repeat itself in Edo State is something that I was really against. So, as the very day he moved to PDP, I sent him a personal text congratulating him for making such a taking such a bold step.
Yeah. You follow the trend of when he was disqualified during the screening, the APC screening. It was a painful disqualification of Governor Obaseki. Oh, the whole world was outraged. People, those citizens, Nigerians all over the whole world, they were outraged over the obvious disqualification of the governor. Okay, what is your insights about the disqualification of Governor Obaseki? Someone who passed through the same screening 3 years ago, all of a sudden now he's not qualified anymore. Even though corruption is being practiced in the country, it should be done in a very covert way. But this one was just too obvious to the public. That is why many people were protesting. Even here in Canada, we organized protests, different parts of the world. People were organizing protests against such a disqualification of the governor governor that has transformed those states. In Nigeria right now, many people consider Governor Obaseki as one of the best governors in the country. But this governor, why is it that he was being disqualified? The same process that he passed through a few years ago, but now he said he's not qualified anymore. After that, you know what happened? That just 2 days after the disqualification of Governor Obaseki, APC members, they gang up and make sure that they remove Adam Soshomole as the national chairman of APC. You saw that, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
were following the trend, yeah. So the whole thing, the APC crisis in Edo State, even though Governor Obaseki decamped to PDP, the APC crisis in Edo State continues. Right now in Edo State, APC is obviously divided. Okay, they have what they call the EPM members. Have you heard about that word? EPM members.
But no.
EPM. Oh, okay. I'm telling you now. EPM members are they are the members of the factional APC. Okay. APC is lacking eternal democracy.
Yeah, I know about the crisis.
Yes, yeah. So they divided themselves into two parts. We have the EPM under the auspices of Adam Soshomole, Tinubu, the factional APC, I would say, the factional APC. So through the factional APC, the Isaiah Yamu emerges as the APC candidate in Edo State. And the other side of APC that consider themselves as the legitimate APC members, they are saying right now that APC does not have a candidate in Edo State, that Isaiah Yamu was nominated through the other part of APC. That is not legitimate. That the legitimate APC members in Edo State never ever nominated Isaiah Yamu as APC candidate in Edo State. Right now, the chairman of APC himself is saying that APC does not have a candidate in Edo State. But Isaiah Yamu continues to campaign. And many people say that position as APC candidate in Edo State is still in limbo, in the state of limbo, because anything can happen and it might not be qualified for the election in September. That's what is going on right now in Edo State, your state, our state.
Yeah, go ahead.
Our state, yes, I say our state. That's what is going on right now. And many of us in diaspora, we are also lending our voices to intervene in this case, because we can't be sitting here in diaspora allowing our state to go in flame. You are from Edo State. You are very concerned about the development of the state. We want peace to reign, because this crisis is not only affecting the politicians in the state, it's also affecting citizens, innocent citizens in the state. Okay, that's why we are lending our voices. Right now, what do you have to say to the politicians in the state that are tearing those states apart right now?
Firstly, the issue of disqualification you raised, that was the first thing. I mean, several things, for the past 2 years I've been following the disagreement between Obaseki and Oshomole. And when it got to the disqualification state, I knew it was very serious. If you check democracy politics all over the world, even here in America, Germany, London, in sitting government, whether governor or president, usually get automatic ticket. This is not just particular to Nigeria alone. As bad as Trump is leading America with all the stuff going on here, you don't hear any election going on, primary election going on in the Republican Party. They are automatically giving him the ticket. That's the way it's supposed to be. Just the same way President Buhari. I mean, that guy is one of the worst presidents in my lifetime I've ever experienced. And
Ah,
nobody said anything about him coming in for the second term. Automatically, he got the ticket. When you compare what Buhari is doing or has done, and you compare what Obaseki has done in Edo State, it is like 0 to 100. So for him to be disqualified, they have to look for something just to use. Even when NYC says there's a valid certificate, and yet they disqualified him because Oshomole was the national chairman. If he wasn't the national chairman at the point of the primary election, Obaseki wouldn't have been disqualified. So you already see all the politics playing at the background. Now, like I said, one of the reasons I'm supporting Godwin is the fact that the second reason is the fact that he was bold enough, he was courageous enough to stand against this godfather. Unfortunately, Oshomole has presumed himself to be the godfather of Edo State. I was appalled when he went to speak with some of the NOJs in Benin, knelt down and begging them and telling them, apologize for enforcing this guy or bringing this guy to come and lead Edo State. No, the people voted for him. You didn't choose him. You only one man, one vote. The Edo State people, the Edolite, voted for him. The men, the women, and mothers and sisters, they voted for him. So in the second term, the same people are going to vote for him. And it's going to prove to him that he's not the one that decides for Edo State. He's not the godfather of Edo State. He happened to be a governor in Edo State 8 years, which I must tell you, I give him credit. During his time, he did great. I'm not going
yes.
to I'm not going to sit here and tell you he didn't do nothing. Shomole did great when he was governor. I advise him to go and just sit down, let Obaseki finish his own term, and continue the good work he has done. Now, to whatever trouble, whatever issues both of them have, it's not enough now for us for him to be thrown out and not finish the job which he has started. So, to every politicians, those of you who have taken Edo State to be your own personal, your father's property, Edo State does not belong to you. We, the people, are the ones that vote for who is going to lead us, who we deem fit
You.
to carry out what is needed in Edo State. Don't destroy Edo State for us. And I'm calling on all the youths among us. Some of these guys are in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s. You know,
Yes.
time many of them will be going one at a time. We are the future of Edo State. We cannot let them set the state on fire, kill innocent youths, and while their wives and their children are hidden somewhere. Right now, I've not seen any of their children. I've not seen any of the wives going out campaigning. They are pumping all the thugs up. They're encouraging them to go and cause confusion. If I were you, I would vote on that day and go and sit at home. Those of us, those old politicians, those political.
Many Asian people are supporting Governor Obaseki because of this. So, given that you are from the Asian land, are you also motivated by that idea?
Unfortunately, I'm not motivated by that idea. No, that would be shocking for many people. I'm from Ewohimi. I'm from Ishan. So somebody like me should be jumping for joy to say it's our turn. But that's who becomes the governor of the state. It doesn't really matter in terms of what they can deliver. An Ishan person can be elected and yet do nothing for the Ishan people. And if you are elected because you are from Ishan, does that mean you focus on the Ishan alone? No, that's not how we should determine who we are voting for. However, will I want somebody from Ishan to become the next governor? Of course, why not? If somebody from Edo State, at least from the past 20 years now, we've not had anybody from that region become governor. So of course, I would love that to happen. However, we have to make sure when we're getting somebody from Ishan land to run as governor, we bring somebody credible. Don't go and bring another thief who has nothing to offer. And you say because he's from Isha, we have to automatically just vote for the person. That's like a white man. All the white people say we are not voting for any black man because he's a black. We must vote for all the white. then you call it racism in this part of the world. Then what do you call it then back home in Nigeria? So we will love it. That is fair. That is good to have somebody from Ishaland. If it was a turn from somebody from Isaka or Edo or Benin, I'll still say the same thing. So I'm not voting or supporting Governor Obaseki because he has promised somebody is coming from Ishaland. That is zero. I have no interest. That's not the reason why. Two reasons why I'm voting for him. Number one, he has done something well. Number two, the boldness and the courage to fight godfatherism. He didn't coward out like Ambode, who ran away like a chicken you pour water on. He didn't stand to fight. That alone for me is enough. I'm telling you. I sent him a text the other day. I said, I'm going to support you with money. That's to tell you, I'm not asking for no contract. I will never leave America to go and sit in Edo State looking for little job to do there. No, that's not why I'm doing it. So I have no personal gain in supporting him, but I'm supporting him because why? He will take Edo State to the next level. And number two, he will send a message across the nation that you can stand against Godfather and win. Watch this. As soon as this election is over and is elected governor, you will begin to hear it in different states. You hear local government chairmen, they are standing against. You hear councillors. You hear senators. People will begin to stand against godfatherism. And you get to know that these godfathers, they are not as powerful as we think they are. We have only given them the power because of fear. You know what will happen? They will kick you out. No, stand and fight. If they defeat you, so what? You go home. If Ambode had fought, which one would have been better? He didn't fight. They threw him out. If he had fought, at least he would have gone down as a man who fought and yet he lost. That's to me that you are a hero. To me, Ambode is a coward. He's not a hero. He didn't fight. He just cowered out. And look, guess what? Even after he humbly, according to him, he thought he was humble enough to just submit and go like loyalty. They are still after him, wanted to crucify him. So I'd rather you fight, go down fighting, than for you to coward out and not even try fighting. That's why many of us came out for president, to run for president. With all the battles, with all the challenges. You know how many people told us it's not possible? Fortunately, even I met with Felix. Me and him spoke for over 1 hour. He was telling me how impossible it was, all of those stuff. I didn't listen to him. As a matter of fact, I didn't even meet with him anymore. After that, he was discouraging me. People were saying all manner of stuff. But youth came out to be the third place winner. What does that suggest to you? A time is coming, and I'm sure that's 2023, where it's going to be realistic. This is how we are going to be able to take over. If we just stay on social media, just talk, and don't try to fight, you will never get it. Now, in America, we play lottery. I don't know. I know they also play lottery in Canada. They will always tell you, once it gets to the money is so much, maybe it's $500 million, they will tell you the chance of winning is 1 in 80 million. That's a lot of chances. They will even tell you the chance of a thunder striking you twice the same place is even easier than for you to win the lottery. For thunder to strike you twice the same place, that's like close to impossible. So indirectly, they are telling you you can never win the lottery at 1 in 80 million. But I always tell people, the chance of you ever winning if you don't even buy a ticket is completely zero. At least you stand a chance 1 in 80 million to win. So what am I saying? If you never fight, you never join the race, the chance of you ever winning is completely zero. But if you join the race like I did, nobody thought I was going to come third. Nobody assumed it. Nobody wished it. People were saying all manner of stuff. Oh, it's the mistake. Guess what? It was not a mistake. If it was a mistake, the other guys in my political party, the senators who ran, the same mistake would have repeated itself. But some of them, there was one that didn't even get 4 votes. So this was nothing like a mistake. It was divine intervention. I joined the race, and God, thank God Nigeria is a religious nation, whether you're a Muslim or whether you're a Christian. We are very religious. We understand that we believe in God. So until you join the race, until you join the fight, the chances of you winning is not there. So Obaseki decided he could have cowered out. He could have fallen to the demand of Oshomole, and before you know it, he's feeding the snake more. They have settled. Meanwhile, he's giving him all that he asked for. We are not fools. We know what is going on. We know exactly what is going on. Somebody is not campaigning because he loves Edo State. Oh, please. Tell that to the birds. Tell that to people who don't understand politics. He's not campaigning because of what he wants, the good of Edo State. He's campaigning because of his personal interest. Of course, we know politics has personal interest, but when your personal interests become override over supersede the interest of the people, then you are not qualified to be in office. So everyone out there, join the race. Go and run for office. Go and run as a councillor. Run. I don't care if you are in secondary school. Run as a class rep. Run as the school the senior prefect. That's the word they call it. Go to your board. Go to your ward. Run as chairman. Don't say, oh, I don't have money. Oh, I can't do it. No, try, get in the game. Stand to fight. I love a state in New Hampshire here in America. Their motto is they live trying or they die trying. They rather die trying than to stay. They rather die fighting. I love that phrase. Aberdeen didn't do that. But Obaseki did. Even if Obaseki loses, which I know he is not. I'm not just speaking faith. I mean, the difference is clear, like 7 of they say. Even if he loses, he's still a hero to me. Even if he loses, the father he dared and he stood against God for that reason. To me, that's an hero. Now, when we started this conversation, you made a point which I want to pass out to the Obaseki team, as many that will watch this. Right now, I see no reason politically why all the campaign that Oshomole did against Nze Eyamo, I see no reason why they should not be airing on all social media now. They should be playing 20 times a day for the world to remind, for them to remind Adolites, this is what was said about these guys. That's number one. Number two,
I think they are doing that.
Okay, I've not seen it on social media. I heard that the video of Gajuma, the governor of Kano, the video they saw him putting some dollars, bribe money in his pocket. I heard that was playing on Ring Road, which is good. They have to play to Adolites to what, to the extent we'll go when they go and sleep in the night, they will be dreaming, seeing those videos. They have to remind everyone this was what was said against this guy. You are not the one saying it. Obaseki is not the one that said it. It was Oshomole that used his mouth to say it. So he has to be explaining himself. By the time he starts defending those videos, he will have nothing to say when it comes to campaign. That's one strategy. Number two, the fact that the chairman has disqualified a candidate of this is just, it may be a secret stone in the bag. Maybe they don't want to use yet. But if anything happens, they need to go to court. That alone is enough to disqualify Nze Eyamo. If the APC said he's not a candidate, the national chairman says Nze Eyamo is not a candidate, no matter what happened in the election, in the court of law, they are going to win that just by that alone. They may not say it now. It may be their last stone they have in their bag, the last card, the joker, like they say, that they will use to defeat them if there is any need to go to court. But I don't think there will be any need for court.
Okay, so I pull out this quote as you were talking. Okay, that says, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain by Harvey Dent. So I pull out the quote just to support your argument about, Governor Obaseki being courageous, being
or
bold,
die trying.
Yes.
That's the first thing. I'll tell you the truth. It wasn't his artist. It wasn't his the good job he's doing that drew me to him. No, the first thing that drew me to him is the fact that he was bold. Oh, I love that about him. I love bold people who can dare it. I love. You can't chicken out. You have to be bold. When I saw that was when I started fine. I called a senator. He gave me his number. I said, "Sir, you're doing a good job. I'm supporting you." It was in my search of that boldness, encouraging him, that I started seeing, oh, this guy is even good. This guy is doing a good job. He did this, he did that. So the first thing that attracted me to him was his boldness. Let's be very sincere. 2019, I was in Nigeria, in Lagos. I saw a lot of what Ghana Bode did. And Bode was trying in Lagos. One day I was in my hotel room. He commissioned 5 roads at the same time. They were praising him so much. I was like, why are they praising these guys like he's a god? He did what he was supposed to do. It's like a man giving birth. You start praising him, or a man that feeds his children. You say, oh, you are feeding your children. That's your responsibility. You're supposed to feed your children. So you are elected as a governor to do. Why are they praising this guy? Until I began to look at the previous governor, the work he didn't do. So Ambode did some work, but he's not my hero. Why? He cowered out. He should have stood and fought them to the end. Move to another party if you have to. Do something. Fight.
He
Give
didn't
us
move
hope.
to another party. He
It
didn't.
is,
He
it's
didn't.
not
He
to me.
didn't.
That's not to him. It may be loyalty, but to me that's cowardness because you know you are doing a good job. You know you were removed because of the issue you have with the so-called Godfather in those State. I would be so glad if somebody can stand against that Godfatherism in Lagos. Oh, I don't. Even if you lose, you have to run on an exile. I will be glad. At least somebody dare it. Nobody is daring this Godfather. That's why we think they are all powerful. But Obaseki is going to send a message across the nation that you can dare them and win. That's why I'll be glad to on that day to see him. I'll be so excited. Like I said, there are people who may be campaigning because of their personal stuff. I have no interest in person. I'm doing so well here. I have no interest in coming to ask anybody for a job or for contract or whatever. I just want the message to go across that you can dare and you win it. And this Godfather, we can start taking power because 2023 is coming. I'm running for president again. We need something to go out there. We need to be bold. I want to see youth come out on that day in that year running for office, senators, House of Rep. But we can't let this happen in those states that will chicken all of us out. No, we have to fight. So, Governor, if you're listening, if you're watching, I congratulate you in advance for your boldness and for your courage. And whatever you told us you're going to do as you be elected the second term, make us proud. Don't let us put our head under our jacket in shame and do even exceed what you campaign for. So that the next person you're campaigning for, people will believe you and be able to support the next candidate after your second term in office.
Wonderful. Thank you. Great speech. Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Felix Nicolas. Thank you for that. I think people are leaving comments for you. Let's see what they're saying here. Let's see. Okay. They say, God bless you, my brother. God bless you, my brother. Yeah. People are praying for you over here. Hey.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all your prayers. They are greatly needed. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to us. You know, in this political race, you always have people who condemn you, people who throw you under. But
I'm bringing their comments to the screen. Can you read?
Yes, I can see from Francisca Amorige. Yeah, they loot and embezzle our money. We need well-educated people who have the interest of the people. Yes, yes. We need people who are enlightened. You know, when I see good people running away from politics, you have no idea how it feels. You know, when light refuses to shine, what do you expect? Don't blame darkness. If you don't turn on the light, darkness will reign. You know, so let's go out there. Governor Obaseki is the only man that gives me hope in those states. Yes, Christian.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, he's the one. Like I said, if there were other viable candidates, we would have considered, you know. So let me make this very clear, like I stated clearly in the first place. I am not for any party. When I endorsed the article, you know, if you have a few minutes, let me just quickly say this. When I endorsed the article.
Go ahead. We have unlimited time. We have up to 2 hours. So we are in 48 minutes now. So we have up to 2 hours to say it.
When it became obvious, you know, my political party then, they were giving trouble. They went to collect money. They were just hunting for who would give them money, which I refused. If you didn't know, they were planning to remove me as their candidate. They went to INEC several times, but it did not work. So most of the rallies we did in Abeokuta, in Nasarawa State, some of these states, even my chairman did not show up. So my party was literally against me because I refused to follow them, take this money, do all of this stuff that they did. I said, okay, now it became obvious that I may not be able to win this election because we couldn't even place a lot of people in all the polling units in Nigeria. We only were able to do some strategic places. When it became obvious, I said, okay, let's support somebody who we know we can be a voice in the administration if they do win. I was told to come. As a matter of fact, I was scheduled to come to the villa to meet with the president together with other candidates. The very day they went, I was there. I was in the car. They called. I refused to go. Not because anybody was giving us money. Atiku did not give me money. Neither were they going to give us money on the other side. But I said to myself, I couldn't have support President Buhari. You know, I can't support what is bad. I scheduled. I met with Atiku. I sat with him one-on-one in his personal house We sat down for over 1 hour. We began to talk. I began to question him. I began to ask him questions. And I told him clearly, sir, you are a company, you believe in a young president. You're going to give me your word that if we support you and you're elected as president, that you're going to support a youth for the next president. He gave me his word. I'm not saying what somebody to. We sat down together discussing. When after talking, I discovered some of the things I proposed. There are things he also proposed. And it was a man that was willing to listen. I spoke to him several times. A day to the election, I went to his house again. We sat down, we spoke. Again, like I said, there was no money involved. I wasn't asking for money. I was just doing it to make sure whoever becomes the president, you will have youth in the administration. Right now, you don't see any youth in this administration. But he gave us his word, which would have been an opportunity for us to at least put a foot in, begin to know what is going on more than what we see outside. So it's one of the reasons when I supported Atiku, not necessarily supporting the political party PDP. And that's why I stated clearly, I'm not supporting Obaseki because he went to PDP. I'm supporting him as a person. If he moved to Labour Party today, I'll support him in Labour Party. If he moved back to APC today, I'll support him there because he's the man and not the person.
Yeah. With regards to what you said before,
the man, not the political party, rather. Yes.
Yeah. With regards to what you said before, that in your party, they were practicing corruption. You were running to counter corruption in the system. You don't want to be part of the corruption. Otherwise, we are not moving forward in Nigeria. So I appreciate that you were not ready to condone with their corruption practices in Nigeria. So let's move on to the questions here and the comments. We need to read their comments. We have more time today, and the network is very good. Let's see. There are many comments coming here. Let me see. These people, they are praying for you. Let me pull out one prayer again for you.
God bless you, Felix, coming out for me to say you support. Thank you, sir. Evangelist Rosemary. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me pull out yeah.
Now, you say you really matter. I appreciate that comment. But guess what? Everybody should be able to be bold. This is democracy, for Christ's sake. If I support somebody, I should be able to say I support the person. I'm not going to support you and hide indoor and not be able to boldly say it. Hope.
Listen, okay.
Aloha.
See, your people are commenting for you. Okay. Wow. I didn't even know my
Islam brother. Oh, yes. I'm from Elohimi. My dad, my mom is from Elohimi, those states. So definitely, yes, I am from Isha. A lot of people, if I may tell you, a lot of people have been telling me to run for governor since they are expecting Isha. I've gotten so much. Even somebody came to my house and was telling me, it's as if they sent him. I don't know who sent him the message. Yeah, but people have said that a lot. But it's not like to be a governor or it's not something good. One of the reasons I went for presidency is just because the change that is needed need to start from the head. And as the president, you have authority and power to be able to do things all the way to the bottom. It's one of my reasons of really going for president. So, like they say never. So I'm not saying it will never happen, but that's not in my radar right now.
Okay, let me start. There are many comments and many people are watching as well and see the trend. So let me just pull out. Let me look for another one. I just want to put this on the screen before I find another one.
Gladys. Obaseki is the project vote for PDP. Again, it's beyond just party. When Obaseki is elected, he should be able to carry out project that even APC members forget. Remember, apart from being associated to a political party, we are all Edolites. We are all fellow citizens. If there is light in Edo State, it's not only those in PDP that will enjoy it. If Edo State is safe, it's not only those in PDP that will enjoy it. Someone is threatening the sitting governor. When will the governor put Kaba and Oshimole behind bar? If you look at, I watched one of the recent prayers he gave. I love, you have no idea how I'm so inspired by his boldness. He said clearly, if I catch you misbehaving, no matter who you were before, we all know who he's talking about, I will arrest you and deal with you. That's a message. No, remember, he's not just going to be arresting somebody now because he feel like, but you go ahead and misbehave and let's see. I was very excited when I saw that press release. Dr. Felix, why not you run for Edo State governorship in 2023? Kevin, Macaulay Isaac. Yes, a lot of people have been asking. And like I said, you in politics, you never say never. I had a reason for going for presidency in the first place. So coming out for governorship is going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. And I have to really see the support, the mass support from Edolites in order to even consider. So I'm thank you for that. It's not in our radar, but we are not saying it can never happen. It can happen if God's will, and if the people want it. If the people want it, why not?
Yeah, you have to start connecting with the people now so that they will get to know you very well. It's very important. Okay,
Yeah.
let me put out this one again. People are showing you some love here.
Emmanuel Moroge, thank you. God bless you too. Thank you.
They are showing you some love. Adult people. Okay.
In politics, you hardly get love, so this is good.
Yes, yeah. See,
Love it, Evans. Great words. Thank you. Thank you.
There are lots. The comments are wonderful. I'm telling you, there are a lot of comments here.
If there are questions, I would like to address some. If there's anybody that is against me there, I like to see them. Those who are speaking bad, we love them too. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yes.
to say the other side of it. I'm not seeing anyone. If I see anyone, I will definitely pull it out.
It makes it balanced. Usually, I love tough interviews. They bring the best out of me. When I stand, they bring the best out of me. So I don't shy away from them.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Omo Bello, God bless you, sir. God bless you too. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, let me leave this one here before I find. Please, we need question. Dr. Felix Nicolas, maybe you will introduce yourself one more time. At the beginning of the show, there wasn't many people, but now we have a lot of people watching. Can you introduce yourself one more time and tell us what you are planning to do in 2023, right? Tell us.
My name is Dr. Nicolas Felix, former presidential candidate of the People's Coalition Party and the third place winner of the 2019 general election. And I'm coming out again in 2023 to run for office. I was supposed to officially declare about a few months ago, but because of COVID-19, as you all know, all over the globe, the world is shut down. As soon as the nations are opened back up, I'll be able to come and officially declare for president 2023. A lot has been going on. We've been meeting, we've been talking. So we're not quiet. A lot has been going on, but we want to officially declare before we begin our social media campaign, as you will call it. Joshua Sarawaru, spoken words, we are sincerely hoping one day your dream will come. Thank you. I like that. Sosa, how would you rate the current governor in Edo State on new industries? Now, he's done. You see, when you're considering a candidate, when you're listening to people running for offices, whether at the state, local, or the federal level, you must look at what their strength is. For example, when I came out to run for office, you will notice I emphasize so much on security. Now, in politics, people are going to lie. They're going to tell you they're going to put roads, schools, scholarship. They'll say all manner of things. But pay attention to the strength of the candidate. My strength was security. I believe so much in security. Until the state, the nation is safe, you will not get every other thing done. Good roads are okay. Good schools are okay. But of what use are good roads when people are dying? Look at Kaduna. Look at Borno. The governor was attacked the other day. So when you want to judge a candidate by his achievements, what were his or her strength during campaign? What did he emphasize so much? Was it just construction? Was it schools? Was he fighting corruption like Buhari did in 2015? And that's why everybody is mad that you claim all he was talking about is corruption. He didn't tell us much. He was just emphasizing on corruption. We are saying he failed because we still see corruption. Not to say Buhari hasn't done a single thing, but his strength was corruption. So what is the candidate focused on? Is the candidate just focused on what the other candidate is not doing? You know they have nothing to offer. What is your strength? What are you going to do? For me, I'm telling you the truth. This is not just politics. If the Lord permits and I become the president or a governor, whatever you may call it, the first thing is going to be security. We're going to put every effort to clean up the state because until a nation is safe, investors are not coming. There are people who will not come to Nigeria to invest money. And we have to be able to put measures whereby people in Nigeria will no longer be taking their money abroad. Do you know how much of our money are in foreign nations? Do you know the billions of dollars of Nigerians in Switzerland? Those who are hiding it. Look at the EFCC director the other day. He buried money. That's liquid cash in the grave. Do you know how much those money would have been generating if they were invested, if they were loaned to people? We need to be able to have a system whereby people will not be afraid to carry their money and run abroad. How many Americans